Hey everybody, welcome to my latest Tiger of the Day video here for today, August the 5th. For this video I had 4 choices on which ex-Tiger to choose to do a video about who all had their birthdays today, August the 5th. So, first off was Guido Knudsen, who I'd never heard of, born in 1989, so he's turning 37 today. He played in Major League Baseball for 1 year, 2015. That's so little that I don't even remember him. We also have Vic Frazier, who was born in 1904, so he would be 122 years old today. He played 6 years in the major leagues from 1931 to 1939. Some of that time with the Tigers. And then the other player that I didn't choose was Sam Gibson, who was born in 1899, so he would be 127 years old today. And he had a 5-year major league career between 1926 and 1932. But I did not choose any of them. See if you can figure out who I chose while I tell you all about him right now. So, here goes. A year after a Detroit Tigers rookie named Mark the Bird Fidrych won 19 games and the American League Rookie of the Year award in 1976, Detroit found another rookie phenom in this 6'4", 185-pound righty, giving them 2 right-handed starters who were, as the press wrote prior to opening day, pitchers you can build a staff on. Oh, to think what might have been. The tall and slender pitcher had outstanding control. Indeed, during spring training in 1977, manager Ralph Houck proclaimed, "He's got the best control of any young pitcher I've ever seen." That control was crucial because my fastball rarely exceeded 85 miles per hour on the radar gun. That reminds me of a guy who played for the Blue Jays named Mark Eichhorn, who was one of the slowest pitchers in terms of velocity, but certainly had a lot of good years as a relief pitcher for the Blue Jays. So instead, I relied on a devastating changeup to get hitters out and an uncanny ability to make any batters swing at the wrong pitch. Because I'm big and tall, I said, people think I should gun the ball, but I don't. That's not my style. Basically, I throw a lot of changeups and rely on ground balls. And I employed that strategy to great success, leading the 1977 Tigers pitching staff with 15 wins. No other pitcher won more than 8. As the year progressed, I drew praise from around the league. "He's a hell of a pitcher," offered Cleveland manager Frank Robinson, who said I could be a 30-game winner. "He throws the ball down," Robinson said. "He gets his breaking ball over the plate. He changes speeds good." Likewise, Lyman Bostock of the Minnesota Twins said, "He has a good changeup and he moves it around well and with good control. Even if you hit it, the ball doesn't go anywhere." I thought he was impressive. Milwaukee Brewers outfielder Vaughn Joshua commented simply, "He throws slow, slower, and slowest." For my part, I was pragmatic about my talent. "I really don't care what they say about my fastball," I said. "I've got what I've got. I've got some other pitches. I also threw a very effective slider. If I really heated it up and threw harder, I'd sacrifice control. I don't think I am slow. I used to blow them down in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 14 Ks a game." Grand Rapids is where I was born on August 5th, 1956. It's also where I was raised and first came to the notice of Major League Scouts. At Central High School, I was an all-city selection in my junior and senior years, and when I graduated in 1974, I was drafted and offered a contract by the San Francisco Giants. When the Giants wouldn't offer me a bonus, I declined their offer. I was, after all, a 22nd round draft choice. "It was the weirdest thing I ever saw," I said. "The Giants drafted me, and their scout, Herm Hanna, came over to my house. I thought I had a pretty good high school record. There was one game when I struck out 20 batters in a 7-inning game after I threw out the first man on a bunt. I guess there were 6 no-hitters in the 9th grade, and I was expecting a nice offer, but the way he explained it to me, it didn't sound like any fun at all. It almost sounded like they didn't want me to sign. He didn't seem very interested in me. He didn't offer me any money at all, not a dime, so I said, "See you later." I felt I deserved to get something. Instead, I enrolled in Grand Rapids Junior College. There, I took a whole semester of college, I told the Sporting News in 1978. I took American history, English, speed reading, bowling, football theory, and sports officiation. But I didn't like school at all. I hardly ever went. The only reason I went to college was because I wanted to play baseball. And the following January, the Tigers drafted me. Selected in the 4th round, I signed with Detroit on January 21st, 1975. And this time I received a bonus, $2,500. Then I was instructed to report in March to the Tigers' Lakeland, Florida rookie camp for assignment. I began my professional career in the Class A Midwest League, playing for the Tigers affiliate in Clinton, Iowa. Beginning the season as a reliever, I quickly established myself as one of the best in the league. On May 14, 1975, the Cedar Rapids Gazette reported on an 8-7 come-from-behind victory by the Cedar Rapids Giants over the division-leading Clinton Pilots. Scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Giants victimized the ace Clinton relief pitcher, who had a flashy 1.12 ERA and 2-0 record entering the game. Later in the season, I moved into the starting rotation, and on July 27th, I defeated the Waterloo Royals 11-1, allowing only 5 hits, although I had a 1-hitter through the 6th inning. By season's end, I had produced a 14-5 record and impressive 2.09 earned run average, while making 19 starts in 27 games. I had also learned to throw what became my signature pitch. Interviewed during my rookie year, I said, "I've always had a good fastball and slider, but I think I became a pitcher in my first year in the minors. John Grodzicki, the Tigers' minor league pitching instructor, taught me how to throw a changeup. Now it's one of my favorite pitches. It soon made me one of the best rookies in the major leagues." Based on my success in the Midwest League in 1976, the Tigers invited me to spring training as a non-roster player. On March 31st, I was one of 8 players cut from Detroit's spring training squad, and shortly thereafter was ordered once again to report to the minor league camp for reassignment. This time, I faced tougher competition. The Tigers' entry in the Double-A Southern League was the Montgomery, Alabama Rebels, and there I was outstanding. In 19 games, all but one as a starter, I compiled a 12-4 record and posted a dazzling ERA of 1.57. On opening night, I threw a 2-hitter to shut out the Orlando Twins 8-0, and never looked back. Montgomery manager Les Moss proclaimed of me at 19 years old, "That kid has all the tools. If he keeps pitching like that, he won't be around here long. He's an outstanding prospect." By season's end, Tigers manager Ralph Houck declared that I was farther along at this point than Mark Friedrich was last year. And then came 1977. Again, I was invited to spring training as a non-roster player, and this time I made sure that Houck couldn't send me back to the minors. Almost immediately, comparisons to Friedrich abounded as I allowed just 5 earned runs in 25 innings during the spring, a 1.80 ERA. I was confident from the outset, telling the press, "I think I'm as good a pitcher as Friedrich is. Of course, I'm sure every pitcher thinks he's the best. I'm going to go for it. I think if I have a decent spring training, if I show them I can throw the ball over the plate and I'm not scared, I've got a real good chance of making the club. I think I'm ready. I really think I can handle it." When Friedrich went down on March 20th with a knee injury, I was virtually assured of a spot in the starting rotation. Indeed, wrote a sports writer, that injury leaves me as the indispensable rookie, just as Friedrich was a season ago. Yet, I, at 20 years old, remained nonchalant and focused, unfazed by any suggestions of pressure. "There's no pressure on me. I don't even think about pressure," I said. "All I'm thinking about is doing my job, pitching." As expected, I made the rotation. As well as I had pitched, however, Houck declined to name me his starter on opening day, scheduled for April 7th in Detroit against Kansas City. "I would never put that kind of pressure on a kid," reasoned Houck. "If Kansas City kicked the blank out of him in front of all those people, he might never be the same again. And I think he's going to be a good pitcher." For the record, the newspaper that printed the quote did not disclose the word Houck said. My first Tiger game. 4 days later, on April 11th, in Toronto against the expansion Blue Jays, I finally made my debut. On a Monday afternoon at Exhibition Stadium in front of 29,132 fans, wearing the uniform number 19, which I wore in every game I pitched in for Detroit, I opposed Blue Jays starter Jesse Jefferson. Taking the mound in the bottom of the first inning after Jefferson got us out 1-2-3, I got ready to face my first batter in a regular season big league game, Toronto second baseman Pedro Garcia, who had played 77 games for the Tigers in 1976. Behind me and around me on defense, I had our starting lineup. Jason Thompson at first base, Tito Fuentes at second, Mark Wagner at shortstop, and Aurelio Rodriguez at third base on the infield, with Milt May behind the plate. In the outfield were Steve Kemp in left field, Ron LaFleur in center, and Ben Oglivie in right. Rusty Staub was our designated hitter. I got Garcia to ground out Rodriguez to Thompson. I ended up pitching well, although I left the game without a decision. Tiger rookie looks good ran the headline the next day in the Record Eagle in Traverse City, Michigan, about 2 hours from my birthplace, but Jays win. After breezing through the first 6 innings with a 3-1 lead, I had allowed only 7 hits and 1 run when, with a runner on third base, Al Woods, I committed a balk with Alan Ashby at bat. I was just holding the ball nice and loose, and I just hit my leg, and the ball fell out and allowed Woods to score. Houck immediately relieved me with John Hiller. Houck said I had pitched real good up to that point, and the Tigers eventually lost 5-3. Later in the 7th inning after Hiller came on, John Scott scored the winning run on a sacrifice fly to Oglivie by Bob Baylor. Steve Hargan, who had relieved Jefferson in the top of the 7th, was the winning pitcher. We were left still looking for our first win in 4 games, while the Blue Jays improved to 3-1. My best Tiger game. In an outing that I afterward called the best game of my career, I pitched a complete game 2-hitter in Seattle to break Detroit's 10-game losing streak, allowing only 3 Mariners to reach base and retiring the last 14 batters I faced. This was on a Thursday night, April 30th, 1981, at the Kingdome in front of only 5,116 fans. In our starting lineup that night, we had an infield of Richie Hebner at first base, Lou Whitaker at second, Alan Trammell at shortstop, Stan Pappy at third, and Lance Parrish, who caught more of my games than any catcher in my career, 126, behind the plate. In the outfield, we had Kemp in left, same as in my major league debut, Rick Peters in center, and Al Cowens, a future Mariner, in right. John Walkenfuss was our designated hitter. My opposing starter in this game was future Tiger Jerry Don Gleaton for Seattle. I allowed only a single to Kemp by Richie Zisk in the second, a single to Peters by Rick Auerbach in the third, and a hit by pitch to Jerry Narron in the 5th. In the first inning, Trammell scored the winning run for us on a double to left fielder Dan Meyer, a former Tiger, by Parrish. I got my second win in 4 decisions, and Gleaton, who also went the distance, took his 3rd loss in 5 decisions. We improved our season record to 8-11, while Seattle fell to 5-14. The final score was 2-0. My last Tiger game. I played in my last game as a Detroit Tiger on September 24th, 1984, against the Brewers at County Stadium in Milwaukee. On a Monday night in front of 9,506 fans, I entered the game in relief of our starter, Juan Berenguer, at the start of the 6th inning with us ahead 4-1. I pitched just that inning. Playing with and behind me that night while I was in the game was our infield of Dave Bergman at first base, Whitaker at second, same as in the 81 Seattle game, Doug Baker at shortstop, Darrell Evans at third, and Dwight Lowry behind the plate. In the outfield were Rupert Jones in left, Chet Lemon in center, and my future brother-in-law, Kirk Gibson, in right. Nelson Simmons was our designated hitter. In that 6th inning, Doug Lohman hit a ground ball to Bergman that he couldn't handle, reaching first on the error. I then got Bobby Clark to ground into a double play, Whitaker to Baker to Bergman. Dion James then singled to Jones, but Rupert threw to Whitaker, who tagged Jones out trying to stretch out a double. We went on to win the game 7-3, and I got credit for my 2nd hold of the season. Doug Bear relieved me in the 7th inning, getting his 5th hold. Bill Shearer pitched the 8th for us for his 4th hold, and Aurelio Lopez finished the game. Berenguer got his 10th win in 20 decisions, and Milwaukee starter Paul Hartzell's first decision was a loss. He went 6 2/3, relieved by Rick Waits and Jamie Kokenauer. The winning run was scored in the 4th by Lowry on a ground ball that second baseman Jim Gantner couldn't field cleanly off the bat of Baker for an unearned run. Our record for the season improved to 101-55 with 6 games remaining, while Milwaukee fell to 64-92. I did not pitch for the Tigers again after this. I wasn't used as we defeated Kansas City in 3 straight in the ALCS, or in the World Series where we defeated the San Diego Padres in 5 games. After the 1984 season ended, I became a free agent. I signed with the Texas Rangers, with whom I finished my major league career. In my 8 seasons with the Tigers, I had 57 wins, 46 losses, a 3.38 ERA in 208 games, 128 of them starts, walking 233 and striking out 403 in 1,007 1/3 innings pitched. When I was with Texas, I went 0-1 with a 3.18 ERA in 3 games, all in relief, walking 2 and striking out 1 against the Tigers. At Tiger Stadium in my career, I went 28-19 with a 3.43 ERA in 102 games, 58 of them starts, walking 119 and striking out 207. The umpire who worked more of my games than any other was Rich Garcia, who umpired 14 of the games that I pitched in. The 3 teams that I pitched best against in my career, in terms of lowest ERA, were number 1, the New York Yankees, 2.38, number 2, the Seattle Mariners, 2.41, and number 3, the Cleveland Indians, 2.70. And the 3 teams that I struggled against the most were number 1, the Oakland Athletics, 5.02, number 2, the Boston Red Sox, 4.96, and number 3, the California Angels, 4.45. So, who am I? Y'all know who I was? Did you get the little clue about Kirk Gibson from the Gibson video that I made before? The brother-in-law clue? David Scott Rozema, better known to baseball fans everywhere as Dave Rozema. Yes, sir. Yep, I have to say that though I saw a lot of his games in my lifetime, most of them I was too young to remember today, except for the 1984 season, which I do remember quite well, watching games on TV and at Tiger Stadium. And yeah, certainly, even though he didn't pitch in the postseason in '84, he still got credit for winning a World Series with the Tigers. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this look back at Dave Rozema. And I hope you all will join me for my next video, which will be another singing video with a song called Creek Alley, which is by Mamas and the Papas. And after that, after I finish that one and post it, I will do another sports-related video, although I believe it's going to be a different topic than about the Tigers. It'll be a different sport. So join me for that after a while. So be here next time, everyone, because, you know, I ain't even started yet. So thanks for watching and listening, and have a great day. Bye now.